right, everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name's Captain Crush, and we're going to discuss NBA PrizePicks today exclusively. I'm going to try to get this thing done in 10 minutes or less. Late last night, I was up late. I posted all my favorite plays for the Discord bros and sisters, I guess I should say, and everything has since been bumped. So then today I'm left with, well, what do I do? It's a 10-game slate. There's a lot of stuff to talk about, so I decided to keep this short. Come on here, do it live. No notebooks, no nothing. I'm just coming on here, and I'm going to make this simple as can be because I'm trying to get myself on the golf course because it's a nice day. Yeah, I'm being selfish because I hit last night and I can do that. The streak is over. The 8 days, it's over. The streak is over. If it wasn't for that Igor taco, my oh my, it would have been a monster of a day, but it was still a good day. So with that in mind, I haven't even decided who's going to be the main play the thumbnail yet. I haven't pre-made the thumbnail, which is what I normally do to keep myself focused. But without further ado, let's break this puppy down. Like I said, there's 10 games today on this slate, and I'm going to keep it hyper-focused for you. There's 3 games that you need to focus on. Bang! Cleveland, Washington is going to be one of them. You know Garland's out. You know Mobley's out. As of now, anything can change. And you know, yo, Donnie! He was the thumbnail 2 days ago, the play of the day. Donnie Mitchell! Cash him. He cashed everything except his real points, his points assist. He cashed his R plus A, and he cashed his fantasy score. Old Donnie, what did he have? Let me see Donnie. We're doing this live, by the way. Let me see Donnie. Uncle Donnie. You can't go wrong with a name like Donnie. 7.5 assists. He had 7 against Toronto. Was that when he was the play of the day, or was it the other time? I can't remember, but he had 7 rebounds. No, I think he was the play of the day against Milwaukee, I believe. I can't remember when he was my thumbnail, but I'm telling you right now, whenever he was, he cashed his fantasy score. It was at 48. Maybe it was Toronto. I can't remember. I do these every day. I'm an old man. Don't blame me. I'm an old man. Go easy on me. But the fact of the matter is this. Old Donnie is in play once again. Spider Mitchell. He's in play once again. The question becomes, what do you take? What do you do? Well, it's under season, boys. Just like I told people in the court yesterday, it is under season. That's the new move. These lines are getting way too high for what these players are capable of. I'm not interested in some of these high lines. Like 31.5, normally I'd be all over that because of the matchup, the usage rate, everything's going to check out. But I'm not sure what I'm going to do. But I'm just telling you right now, if you came here to be spoon-fed, you're going to be sadly disappointed today, buddy. I'm sorry about that. But you need to target something Spider, okay? You can take his R plus A at 13.5. You can take his points plus assists. You can take just his assists or just his rebounds. Or you can even take his fantasy score if you want to deal with that. I'm just telling you, he needs to be in your repertoire. He needs to be in the mix, okay? He's not a core play for me, but he will be in a lot of my contests. If you follow my color-coded projection, he's not blue, he's not yellow, he's not red, he's green, which means he's good to go. You just got to decide what you're going to do with him, okay? So I would be amiss if I didn't talk about old Donnie Mitchell. And the player that I liked from that game the most has already been bumpzillaed, so we're going to have to move on, and that is a fact. I'm probably not going to target anyone on the Wizards side, maybe a splash of Danny Avdija just because, maybe some Daniel Gafford. But honestly, my brothers and sisters in Christ, it's looking like a D for doubtful because I don't target poverty. I'm not targeting the Wizards. In fact, no Wizards for me. By the way, speaking of yesterday, for those of you that just skipped through the videos and stuff, and you saw the thumbnail and you thought takeovers on Kobe White, did you realize that Kobe White's points under was the move? Did you realize that? Kobe White, listen, cash is under fantasy, cash is under points. I did like his rebounds though. At 4.5, that was in my sleeper slip, and guess what? He sold it. Why did he sell it? He got injured late in the third. He didn't play the rest of the fourth. Blowout. You hate to see it, but we did have under on Kobe White in 80% of our slips on the 22.5 points. So cash it. Kobe White, you're still a wagon, and you made the thumbnail for an under. I love it. I'm going to start doing more unders because it's just under season, and we have to adapt, my brothers and sisters. So the next game that we're going to talk about is going to be the Atlanta OKC game, and you got these 2 young studs right here. Pause. No, we're good. Resume. Trey and Shy. Listen, not me on Twitter yesterday telling you guys to take lock Shy Alexander as an under. Can you imagine telling people that it's a lock to take under on Shy Alexander? My goodness, what a clown show on Twitter these days. It's amazing to me. Don't take unders on Shy Alexander, boys, okay? If you don't want to take this prop because it's super high, I get all that, but don't take under on him. You can go to his fantasy score, which I sat right in this brown chair yesterday yesterday and told you, gentlemen and girls, to take over on his fantasy score. I also said take over on his free throws. He did go to the line a few times and he missed. He's one of the best free throw shooters in the league. And he missed his free throws, but I mainly had his fantasy score, which is what I told y'all to do, and cash it. But the fact still remains, Shai Alexander, whatever you want to do with him, look at these numbers, boys. They're super high, 57.5. I could argue the under there, but I'm not going to tell you to take under on Shai Alexander because that's a fool's errand, okay? Josh Giddey, he's probably going to be the one, and Jalen Williams. These two guys are in the same game. This is that super high total, a super fast-paced matchup, everything you could love. So you literally can go to Giddey, who's trending up for multiple reasons in the media, in the basketball, whatever. He's trending up, so you could take your shot on old Josh Giddey. 27.5 fantasy score in this environment is just too low. I don't care. I don't need to go give you the fantasy point and usage rate. Just trust me, it's too low, okay? Jalen Williams, he's always in the mix. He does have block and steal upside. He does have point upside. I would probably just stick with Giddey. He's probably going to be the one, or you can just go to Old Faithful, Chet Holmgren, or Shai. If you want to take the shot on Shai with that extremely high fantasy score or his points, you can. They're all in play, but for me, I'm probably just going to roll the dice, baby, and hopefully it comes up Australian Giddey, boys, because I'm taking Giddey. It's in the same matchup, and I will be running it back with one Trae Young and most likely his points. Or look at this. This is a turnover king. We're talking about Trae Young here, and I know he turns the ball over like it's his job, door-to-door salesman, but 48.5 fantasy points for Trae Young is just a sneech too low. Should probably be 49 or 50. Look at the discrepancy here, boys. 57-48. Both of these guys are very similar archetypes, except Shai doesn't distribute as much as Trae. He scores, but also it's still a 10-point differential or 9-point differential, whatever. It's ridiculous. They're in the same matchup. Trae's 100% in play. In fact, he's probably going to be the thumbnail. His points was at 28.5, I think, last night, and it bumped down even more. So if you want to take his points or his fantasy score, it's in play. My favorite was Sadiq Bey, his PRA or something like that. I think it did get bumped. I'm not sure, but listen, you can also go over here to the NBA first half and you can go find yourself a wagon, Clint Capella, and you can take Clint Capella's first half fantasy score and gamble with that. It's 16.5. It's in play. He's a wagon. He's a wagon. He's a wagon. I'm telling you, he's a wagon, okay? Even Sadiq Bey. Old Sadiq. Look at that. Look at that. Four. I know you last five Warriors love to see these last five green beans. You can take a shot on that. Either one of those is fine, but again, I'm keeping it simple today, and I'm just going with the highest usage possible. Again, this is not going to be my main play. My main play already got bumped from this game, which was posted late last night in the Discord. So those of you that are in there already have it, but it was Trae Young. I'm taking a shot on his points, and I'll run it back with Josh Giddey. That game, I need exposure to it, and so do you. Stop worrying about the individual politics of the game and just look at the point total, look at the spread, and know you need to get exposure. I'm not here to put the spoon in your mouth and do the airplane. Here you go, buddy. No, I'm just here to get your feet fired and to get you thinking of certain things, and that, my friends, it's a 10-game slate, and Old Crush is trying to simplify it and make it a 3 or 4 game slate for you. I already gave you the 2 games to target, and I'm going to talk about 2 more. I know I said I was going to talk about 3. There's actually 4 that I'm going to discuss. Now, the next game needs no introduction. It's the Bucks vs. Pacers Part 3, baby. They're going at it again. All of these guys are in play. Just like last time, I sat right here in this chair, bang, and they didn't have their fantasy scores up, and I said both of these gentlemen, their fantasy scores when they come out, take them. And are they in play again today? Maybe. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. It's the same spot, I get all that, but now we're starting to pay a premium here, folks. A premium that is very, very hard to get to unless you have the nut scenario happen. And what I saw last game was, even though it was close, Giannis didn't want to score too much. He decided that he was going to go be a rebounder and an assister and not score so much. But remember what I always preach. Sometimes the simplest answer is the right one. So it could just be as simple as this right here, boy. Tyrese over fantasy and Giannis over fantasy. It's 100% in play. Okay, hear me carefully. It's 100% in play. I could also argue to take unders on. That's the thing where you, Joe Blow viewer, I need a name for a generic woman, Jane Doe viewer too, comes in here and decides what she's going to do or what he's going to do, and you decide to get in the mix, okay? Both of those are in the mix. But I do look over here, and I know I told you the other day to sit out here and take over at 36, but now it's 36.5, and with what I saw last game, when I saw the pressure coming on Giannis, he's more likely to facilitate. Maybe you could make an argument to take less here. The model has him going for 35, so it's going to be hairy, it's going to be dicey, and it's going to be close. And I ain't talking about your ex-girlfriend. I'm talking about Giannis here, okay? So the adjectives describe most of your exes, but keep focused here, boys. We're talking about Giannis. Less than 36.5 points. It's in the mix. It's scary. I get it. I know it. I'm not arguing for you to take it. I'm just saying it's in the mix. When something is in the mix, you got to be aware of it, okay? I'm just here to try to target the ones that are in the mix, throw them out there, and let you make the ultimate decision and let you decide, okay? Tyrese Halliburton P+A at 39.5. It's super high. It's crazy high, but I like it a lot. I think it's in the mix. I think it's good to go, possibly. I'm not sure what I'm going to do here, and that's why it's important for you to get in the live stream, because those role players, as projections change and things happen, we're going to have a lot to discuss about this Indiana game and what we're going to do and how we're going to attack it, and that is my bread and butter, which is why I cover this stuff in live streams. I do live streams every single day. Well, not every single day, Monday through Friday, and sometimes on Sunday and Saturday, but guaranteed Monday through Friday, unless I'm on vacation like I was. But we do the live streams. I post slips in there, but more importantly than that, I call things out. We discuss things in verbatim. I tackle it for you more than what I can do on this YouTube video, because I can talk to you directly and you can respond back, and we break things down together. And I know it's nauseating to hear and plug, but I'm telling you, CaptainCrush.net, go to the gold package. Okay, it's $25 a month, you cheapskate. You're gambling. Don't miss me with the I'm broke package. If you're broke, then why are you gambling, bro? You're not broke. You're not broke if you can gamble. Being broke means you wake up in the morning and you don't know how you're going to eat. That's broke, my friend, okay? You're America broke. It's totally different than what being actually broke is. But the fact of the matter is this. You pay your ticket for the month. You get into the live streams. You get the projections. You get the playlist. But on top of that, in the live streams, we go over it all. And I don't care. I will plug my live streams because I know the value that they have. You can ask anyone in there. Anyone in there. There's like 600 members, but only like 80 to 140 show up to the live streams every day, pretty much. I know people have schedules. I get all that. But the fact is that is where you get your money's worth, because I will sit there and break this stuff down in nauseating detail and answer all your questions and do my best to help you find some type of a path to getting a W, okay? That's what separates me from every other Discord guy that you know and every other Twitter clown that you know. I actually take the time and do this. I live this life, okay? I do it every single day. And speaking of that, because I said it was a good day yesterday, and it was, the streak was finally broken and the live stream was clutch and everybody got W's, myself included. Again, if that hockey taco didn't sell, my brothers, it would have been a massive monster of a day, boys. This was heartbreak right here for me. Wagner, remember they bumped it to 6. I had him at 5.5 early. They bumped it, and then Trace Jackson didn't close. He hooked it. That should have been a big one, but this was the slip that a lot of people had. I gave them out on the live stream. Chris Paul, Kobe White, Maxey, Zion, Curry, the taco, obviously. Like I said, boys, it's under season. And all of this was discussed in the live stream. If you are on my Twitter, you saw yesterday that we did have ourselves a day. This was part 1. Wagner, Socan, Maxey, Fox, Trace Jackson, Cash, Hook. And then part 2. I have to go through this because people say, oh, you don't recap enough, you're hiding. No, dude, whether win, lose, or draw, but who wants to tout their losses all the time? Shy, Cash, Zinger, Cash, Rosen, Cash, Williams, Cash, Morant, Hook, Jaylen Brown, he sold his first quarter, never again. And then Kobe White, less 22.5 points, Cash, and more 5 rebounds. Well, he chalked his rebounds, but again, he didn't play in the fourth quarter after that injury. And then the stuff we talked about last minute in the live stream, Nick Richards, backdoor cover, baby, 27 fantasy points. Let's go. All the doubters, he had 0 fantasy points at half, or maybe 2, and everybody was pre-chalking him except me. I told you guys he was cashing, and he cashed. Franz Wagner, cash. Brandon Podzmiski, he didn't get there, but again, it was a Kerr rotation. And Chris Paul, less 13R+8, cash it. So all 3 of these lists you could have had. So anyone that's in my Discord, silver or gold, you should have made coin yesterday. And if you didn't, well then, my brothers and sisters in Christ, you dropped the ball that time. It wasn't on me. It wasn't on me. But like I tell y'all, I can lose 8 days straight, but then when we do hit, it's going to be like a Nagasaki, and everybody wins, because literally yesterday's hit rate was probably 65 to 70%. 100%. Today's plays are already posted in there, so you go to CaptainCrush.net. Again, you get there, and be in the live stream today at 4:45, and I will have projections shortly for you guys dropping in there as well. I appreciate, all my paid subscribers. You guys are the real MVPs. You're the real heroes. I appreciate you. I will give my best to you guys for supporting me, and I promise you guys I do it every single day. Now, let's move on. So we talked about that game. I told you there was another one that I wanted to talk about, and what is it going to be? It's going to be that Clippers game coming down there in the bottom. Oh, yes, sir. With no KD, I'm going to give you a dart throw, and it's going to be none other than Grayson Allen. Absolutely no KD. The dude can get hot. He can do a lot of things. Look at this last five. This last five scares me because he is due some regression, but he is absolutely in play as a dart throw. Grayson Allen is one of those dudes that can literally just drop 50 anytime he's on the court randomly. It's crazy. It's crazy. He does it. He did it the other night when I was on him over break. What was it here? Against Houston? No, Dallas. He dropped 43. It was a beautiful thing. He is not a core play, and you should not have multiple exposure to him. He is a dart throw. You heard? He's a dart throw. You want to have some exposure to this game. Okay, it should be a decent one. Honestly, though, the Suns could probably too get blown out. That's just the reality of it, but it was worth mentioning the dart throw while I saw it there. And I'm going to talk about OG Anunoby. Listen, he just got on the Knicks, and what did he do? He got thrown into the mix and played 35 minutes and fouled out, because that's just what the Knicks do. They literally respect coin. Not all of them, but the coach respects coin. He plays his guys' minutes. That's one thing that you can count on. He will play his guys' minutes, okay? 35, 38 minutes without missing a beat. These guys, Hartenstein, he's been playing big minutes lately. I would probably tell you to take under on his points, and you could take over on his fantasy score because he does have that block and steal equity. What do we know about the Bulls? They don't have rim protection, but they do. I will say this. If Drummond's in there, this is going to be a problem because Andre Drummond is just a beast when it comes to grabbing rebounds. He's annoying, but I still like Isaiah Hartenstein. Again, he's a dart. And Anunoby, if he's going to play 38 minutes, he played 35 in a game that he got fouled out in. So if he did play 38, you're telling me that OG Anunoby isn't getting 26 fantasy points in 38 minutes of play against the Bulls? My brothers and sisters in Christ, I don't buy it. So OG Anunoby, he's your other dart throw. All right. Now remember, there's going to be a lot of other things that I'm going to want to discuss, but remember, I'm trying to keep this video fast. I'm trying to get on the golf course, my brothers and sisters in Christ. I haven't swung a club in a hot minute because of the weather, and I'm trying to go get my swing back before I lose my golf game. You dig? You understand what I'm telling you? Just looking through this list, it just makes me want to take less on everything, bro. Everything. Like these Pelicans. But look at this. Look at this. He was just 40 yesterday, and I took under on it, and it cashed. He went way under, but the game was a blowout. But look, now he's down to 36. I know the matchup is tough and everything, but these are the things that you, the viewer, need to figure out in your head, okay? You really do. This is going to be a defensive game, but honestly, all these lines are low. Even Towns, McCollum. If McCollum plays a bunch of minutes, he can obliterate that line. Same thing with J-Val. Same thing with Ingram, and same thing with Edwards. They're just low lines, so I'm going to leave you with that thought. And the last person that I'm going to discuss, Emmanuel Quickly. He is now a starter, and he is now in the mix. 26.5 fantasy score is absolutely in the mix, and so are his ancillary stats with like PR, his points, PRA, but I'm probably just going to stick with the fantasy score. Again, it's a dart throw, but I would be amiss if I didn't mention Emmanuel Quickly. By the way, Emmanuel means God with us, so maybe it's a sign, but now he's trending up. Remember, guys, I'm not going into the full analytical breakdown today because I'm trying to get this done quick because, again, I'm telling you guys, I know I'm rushing through this. Last night, I stayed up super late, cooked up for my Discord already, and that stuff's already been posted, and literally the full list was bumped, but I'm still going to post the projections, and we still will have a live stream, which means I need to get out of here. Remember, the games you need to target, the guys that need to be on your radar: Trae Young, Shai Alexander, Giannis, Tyrese Halliburton, and Donovan Mitchell. And it could just be, I'm telling you right now that I will have $5 on this slip right here. I'm going to take a shot, $5, and I'm just going to target the studs: Trae, Shai, Giannis, Hallie, and Mitchell, and throw 5 on it because these guys are all in play. It's just figuring out which proposition you're going to take because at least one of them is going to hit. But remember what I'm telling you, from the other side of that coin, baby, you find guys that are in the same matchup, the same game, the same ridiculously good game environment, and you stick them and stack them around. So clear that board. Okay, that's the studs. And then you could do this right here. Look at this. Pitts, Naismith. I wish they had Mathurin, but they don't. Josh Giddey, Sadiq Bey, Brooke Lopez. Oh, the nut Lopez made a slip, did he? Oh, yeah, it's true. I hate to say it, but he's actually maybe possibly in the mix because of this matchup. And then the last one, you got Donnie Mitchell. You don't want to take Donnie Mitchell. You can go right over here to Jared Allen and take a shot on him, or even Max Struss, because again, the matchup is crispy. It's the Wizards. I'm telling you, these would be the secondary options, folks. I'm not telling you guys to take those plays. They're just options. We will discuss and break everything down in the live stream. I apologize for the semi-off-topic video today, but I got to get something out. And again, I'm not here to spoon feed you. I'm just here to get your brain working. So if you're new here and you're interested, you're like, man, this guy's crazy. What's wrong with this guy? You might be right. Hit the like button, comment below, and subscribe. That's it. That's all you got to do. The trifecta, and then you get a W. Legend has it, for every like on the video, we make $1. So if the video gets 300 likes, we're printing 300 large. You love to hear it. You love to see it. Good luck in all your contests, my brothers and sisters in Christ. Here's the salute. And as always, let's crush.